Welcome back to the Generation Y. You're with me, Scott Sundiata Keita. We're talking about the crisis of the education sector in Kenya, and of course, many young people are affected when they come out into the job market without the skills that they require to get sufficient employment and to make economic sense. And to help me discuss that is Mr. Kamanga, a Cisco instructor and trainer. Mr. Kamanga, before you went on break, you had mentioned the importance of mentorship.
Yes.
But just again to refocus to give focus back to mentorship, how important is mentorship, and how must young people get out there and seek mentorship?
Mentorship actually is what will define your break point. Because if you get the correct mentors, you'll be able to know what did they do. What did they do right? What did they do wrong? Right? And most mentors actually are willing to teach many people. So what we need as a youth, or the youth need, is to seek people who can lift them up, talk to them, show them the ways. How did I do my business? Where did I start? Most of us always get the good story. In all stories, you always get the success. No one wants to know how about the down times.
How did they get
exactly
there?
How did you get there? We always see somebody is big business, but we never ask, how did you get there? And a good mentor will always tell you, how did I get here? There are nights I couldn't sleep. There are days, for maybe 72 hours you're awake trying to think of the next business, the next plan. How do I move forward? So these mentors are really important to our youth, and every person should seek to get a mentor. And a mentor will not necessarily mean somebody older than you. You could even have somebody younger than you, but with experience.
So age doesn't matter?
Age doesn't matter in mentorship. It's basically, what do you want, right? And what you want, you look at somebody who has done it better than you, or who has the skills or seems to know what they are doing, and talk to them, and that will basically lift you up.
Exactly, and that just puts in mind how to identify a mentor.
Yes.
Because mostly, sometimes a young person out there can identify a mentor who possibly is driving them in the wrong direction. So how can someone identify a good mentor, and how can they approach them? Because there's also that fear, what will they say? Perhaps they think that I can't amount to anything because they're already rich. And so what are those skills that someone can acquire to make sure they get to identify a good mentor and they get the right kind of direction?
First and foremost is to know what you want as an individual. Where do I want to go, right? Because the moment that is clear, and remember, you're the only one who knows that. Once you know my plan, my vision, my goal, right? Because most of us don't have goals, right? So once you know your goals, then you can be able to identify people with probably similar goals or had similar goals. Then these are the kind of people that now you start thinking of ways of approaching. Might be difficult. Some of them might feel like you're wasting their time.
I mean, exactly.
But you try and approach them in whichever way. Whether it's their Twitter handle, you follow them, right? Whether it's Facebook, just try to get a rapport with them. If you get the chance to one-on-one, take that chance and get it. However, if some of these mentors are too far from you, try to look at somebody less, powerful. That some guys probably you can't easily reach, but there are people on the same, scale that you can probably get easier access to them. Just try and do that. And there's no one in history who has been approached unless they are very, unfriendly, who is never surprised on somebody wanting them to be their mentor. Because usually, guys, people are humbled. When somebody comes and tells you, I like what you do, I just want to, learn from you.
Exactly.
Most guys are, humbled.
And
and they always give back. They'll have a meeting with you, they'll talk to you. So always step forward and try and get these people. Yes.
Now, of course, entrepreneurship is coming up as a very powerful alternative to the education system.
Yes.
How would you advise a young person out there who wants to move out of campus and begin their own entrepreneurial venture?
The advice to such: one, don't start a business because I'm doing a business. Don't look at me and say, this guy can create a website and he's making money. I can also do that. We always say that do what you love. Because when you do what you love, you'll never work. Right? That's what people say.
Wow.
And it's basically...
Is it true?
It is the truth. Because the moment you're doing something you love doing, you will not feel like I am going...
It's an obligation.
Yes. Because we have that thing in Kenya where I've seen so many guys, they wake up in the morning, they're already tired. Because the job they're doing it for the money. Probably earning very good money, but you don't feel it, right? So you just wake up and say, oh God, I'm going again to work. Right? Somebody's just already tired and it's 8 a.m. So you wonder now, what by the end of the month? So that is the problem we are facing. People are doing things because other people are doing. Because I had somebody is good in programming, then I want to do programming so that, and I don't feel it, right? So that's the problem. So entrepreneurship, do something you love.
Focus on the passion.
Yes, on the passion, always. Something you love. Try and now turn that to the money, right?
Now that's the difficult part,
Yes.
and that's the part where most young people miss out on. How do you turn your passion into something profitable?
Problem is, we want it now. It can't be now, right? If I start my dream now, I'm not supposed to get money today. And that's where we kill it. Because somebody says, I'm a good poet. I can do poems or I can write poems. But I will write a poem and probably I'll get 50 bob from somebody who says, let me just promote you.
Let me promote this young man. Yeah.
Yes. So the moment you get 50 bob, 1-2 days, you get tired.
You're
you say,
tired,
this I can't do.
It can't work.
Yes. Same thing. Somebody is doing websites. You do 1, 2, 3 websites and you give up. Because you've had there are people who are paid $1 million for a website.
Wow.
But you are getting guys who tell you, let me do you a favor, I give you 2K. You say no, but
you say no, I can't survive out of this.
Because you're looking at the 1 million and you want it now. That fast money, that quick money is what is killing that dream and the passion. Because I want to drive, right? This guy is driving, no, I want. My age mates are having houses, I want. And that again will lead us to just funny deals, funny things. Yeah, so it kills that thing. So with your passion, with the persistence, and just looking forward, connecting the dots from coming backwards, right? Because simply you're looking at where do I want to go, what do I need to do? And whatever I do today should lead me
to the next step.
The next, yes.
Amazing. And talking about delayed gratification, how important is that to have that discipline as an entrepreneur when it comes to starting your venture? Of course, so many challenges. How important is it to have delayed gratification?
One thing, our competition. You should not be in competition with anyone else apart from you, right? So it means if I'm not competing with anyone, I'm looking at what I can do, then I should be gratified. As in, I should be happy with the little I'm getting, right? So basically is, I work one day at a time, step by step, bit by bit, right? As you move forward. But the moment we start competing, start thinking, no, by now I should be driving. By now my business should have peaked. Then now you start killing all the progress that you've been making, you kill it. So it's bit by bit, step by step, and you get there. Always, the little you get, build it up.
Yes.
Build it up. Keep your networks, talk to your friends, talk to your people. Because with networks, then you'll be able to progress.
Amazing.
And ensure that customer service comes into play.
Is at the top of the list.
You get one person, make sure they come back. Right?
Yeah, and that's a mistake a lot of people make when they start up. They kind of get tired along the way.
Yes.
When they start with a lot of energy, treat every customer with a lot of respect, but along the way they lose it. How can they maintain that discipline of consistency? What skills can someone acquire to do that?
In terms of skills, most of this is the personal, where you build in terms of telling them to focus on their inner passion, and that they need to be strong and stand out. Simply because you have to take it progressively. Right, so don't let your willpower go down simply because you had one customer, then this guy is not paying you well, then you decide let me give up. Or treat them with great, as in just get one customer, make sure this guy will never go somewhere else, right? Hold on to him, serve him well, call him, do a call back, feedback. Are you okay? Is everything? No matter how little they are paying you. Trust you me, if you treat one person right, they'll bring you another person like that. And once they talk, once they talk to each other, then you find yourself growing. And that's the best way it goes. Even before you get outside there, already you have a base that people trust you. And whenever they're asked for someone, they just know this guy is the right person, simply because of how you treated them. Treat them well, they'll always come back to you. Yes.
And again, putting your word out there as a business person, as an entrepreneur, what are some of those little things that someone can do to make sure they publicize their enterprise, their business, whatever it is they're selling? Or how can they publicize their business in a way, in an affordable manner? Let me say that.
Affordable, we'll always go back to the internet because you're not charged, right? There's this this taxi thing, this taxi network, you know it, Uber, is it called?
Uber, Uber. Exactly.
Right?
It's a taxi,
yes.
GPS
exactly.
network, yeah.
It's just on the internet where you enroll, then you can also carry people, you can get taxis. It's internet, social media. There's also the bread and bricks. It's called Airbnb. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yes, where people just, come, and it all started with the internet, where you put it out there that if you need bed and breakfast, you can come to us.
Anywhere.
And that's the same thing. So just get the platforms on the internet, social media. Just try that first, right? And whenever people comment, always give feedback.
Give feedback
yes,
again.
Talk to them, inbox them, try to get because if I comment on your status for whatever business, it means I have an interest. And once you get me now involved, then we can always work something out. So they should not give up on using the internet. The internet will always build up.
Of course, the internet is a very big resource, especially for entrepreneurs out there.
Yes.
But again, focusing on the internet, during the global entrepreneurship summit, there was a lot of talk of how there was a lot of focus on tech and everything, yet the whole summit was about entrepreneurship. Now, the question arose that why is there so much focus on tech and internet? Do you think that maybe we are coming into a new revolution, or is it just something that will die off in a few years?
Why it is important is we talked about the Internet of Things. What I talked about, IP version 6. Right now we're in IP version 4. And I was talking about having everyone connected. Right? And that is why we're talking about that tech thing. Because it means if you have an IP address, your fridge has an IP address, your microwave, your car, everything within your household has an IP address. Your clothes have an IP address. It means we need to know how to work with this. Right? That is the way we are going. That is the way we are moving. So that is why now that comes into play. I need my business, I need it to be known by people in Tanzania, Uganda, as we move, as whether it's South Africa and outside there. And the only way to do that is the internet, right? So you sell yourself in that way. And that is why you see now that technical aspect of having the internet comes into play. Because you will need it. We can't run away from it. Because that's the way we are going. That's the way it is. We're even going to the next election, we're saying it will be digital. Still the internet that is working. These are servers, these are networks, these are databases, right? Skills, again, that the young people should take into account. The IT field is broad, right? And it is separated into so many things. Nowadays we have cloud, right? People talk of the Gmail. Where do you store your mail?
Of course, Gmail has all my mail.
Yeah, where do you store it? Do you know where you store it?
It's not physical, it's not tangible.
It's not tangible. We don't know. We call it the cloud. It's somewhere up there, and we entrust it with the cloud. Even Facebook, we upload our photos.
Where did they?
Yes, where are they stored? If I would ask you right now, where are your emails? Where are they stored? You have no idea, right? But Gmail has them. That is the cloud. So cloud computing is going.
It's the future.
It's the future. We can't run away from that. We have to embrace it, and that is why the youth need to embrace that.
Embrace that.
And the benefit with IT, even after your Form 4, you can start up these IT courses. We have CompTIA A+, N+, you get to networks, you get to Cisco, you get to servers with Microsoft, databases with Oracle, so many things. Nowadays, with the big data. Big data basically means we are all here, we all have our info, we all upload our photos, so that is data, which is big. And this big data needs to be put into segments, databases, and processed. Exactly. And that is what we are calling now the big data, that now the youth, when they think about it, they know we have a niche, we can do something. Every youth, if you're interested in IT, trust you me, it's still open. And
because IT is not just a separate department, it's everything. And we're going to talk about that in a short while. We're going to take a short break. You're watching The Generation Y. Remember to join the conversation. You can go to our Facebook page, TVC Kenya, at Keita Scott. Mr. Kamanga, I don't know if you have a Twitter handle.
Kamanga Kevin.
At Kamanga Kevin. And of course, hit us. We'll get back to you.